Let's be real, who doesn't want to live a longer, healthier, more vibrant life? It's a universal goal. But in a world just jam-packed with quick fixes and so-called anti-aging promises, what's the actual blueprint for longevity, especially for women? Well, today we're going to cut through the noise, separate the science from the sales pitch, and figure out what truly works. So let's just dive right in with the biggest question of all. With all the information, all the technology, all the supplements out there, why do so many of these well-intentioned longevity plans just fizzle out and fail? The answer is surprisingly simple. Most plans fail because people are trying to build a skyscraper on shifting sand. They're jumping straight to the fancy, expensive, high-tech stuff at the top while completely ignoring the unstable, crumbling ground underneath. So in this explainer, we're doing it the right way. We're building from the ground up, stone by solid stone. We're going to start by tackling what's called the longevity paradox. Then we'll lay down the essential health foundation. After that, we'll get into the 3 master regulators of female biology, design a truly personalized blueprint, and finally see the incredible science in action. Okay, first up, the longevity paradox. This is a trap that is so easy to fall into. It's this habit of chasing the expensive, headline-grabbing cures while completely missing the root causes of why we age in the first place. And this slide just lays out the problem perfectly. On one side, you've got the myth, right? It's heavily promoted by these unregulated clinics, promising a shortcut to youth with things like stem cell therapy. But then there's the reality, the actual science, which says that true, lasting health span is earned by building a solid foundation first. The marketing hype for stem cells as some magic anti-aging bullet has just gotten way, way ahead of the actual evidence. And listen, this isn't just about wasting money, and we're talking tens of thousands of dollars here. The risks are very, very real. We're talking about the potential for serious infections, adverse immune reactions, even tumor formation from unapproved cells. It is a huge gamble, and what's worse, it erodes trust in legitimate, proven science. All right, so if that's the wrong way to go about it, what's the right way? Well, it all starts right here, with building your health foundation. These are the absolute 100% non-negotiables for a long and healthy life. These are the core systems we have to get right. I want you to think of these 6 areas as your body's fundamental operating system. If your gut health is a mess, if your metabolism isn't working right, if you've got chronic inflammation, nutrient gaps, poor sleep, or constant stress, no fancy supplement or high-tech therapy in the world is going to fix that underlying problem. This quote from the source material just says it all, doesn't it? You can't put a high-performance engine in a car that's got flat tires and a rusty frame. It just won't work. Your body has to be primed and ready to respond, and that begins with stabilizing these foundational issues first. Okay, so once that foundation is stable, now we can build the next level. And this is where the blueprint becomes specifically tailored for female biology by focusing on the 3 master regulators. These 3 systems, your hormones, your mitochondria, and your metabolism, are so deeply interconnected. For women, the hormonal shifts around menopause can trigger this domino effect, this cascade of changes in the other 2 systems, which can really accelerate aging if they're not managed properly. This is the true control panel for female vitality. And this right here reveals a huge gap in conventional medicine. Your doctor might tell you your hormone levels are normal, but what does normal even mean? It's just an average based on a huge population, and frankly, that includes a lot of unhealthy people. Optimal, on the other hand, is the level that is right for you, for peak energy, sharp thinking, and true vitality. They are not the same thing, not even close. This brings us to a really key concept: metabolic flexibility. Think of it as your body's superpower to switch fuels on demand. A healthy, flexible body burns fat when you're resting or just going about your day, and then it seamlessly switches over to glucose when you need a quick burst of energy. After menopause, this flexibility often declines, which raises the risk for things like diabetes and heart disease. But here is the great news. This isn't a life sentence. You can absolutely restore it. And we have solid, evidence-based strategies to do it, like time-restricted eating, focusing on nutrient-dense whole foods, timing your carbs and protein strategically, and combining resistance training with high-intensity interval training. These things can powerfully rebuild that metabolic adaptability. So this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually know if it's working for you? Well, that brings us to our next crucial section, creating your personalized longevity blueprint by measuring what truly matters. We're moving away from guesswork and into hard data.
Look, we all have our chronological age, right? The number of candles on the birthday cake. But what really truly counts is your biological age. This is an actual precise measurement of how your body is aging at a cellular level. It's the gold standard for knowing your true health span trajectory. It's your real age. This principle is absolutely critical. Trying to improve your longevity without first measuring your baseline biological age, it's like trying to fly a plane in a blizzard with no instruments. You need that quantifiable starting point so you can track your progress and know for a fact that your efforts are actually working. So, the big question, does this foundational, data-driven approach actually deliver results? Well, let's look at the science in action. Let's look at the hard data behind this blueprint. This is where it gets really exciting. Okay, this is staggering. When women get their hormones optimized, and remember, not just normal, but truly optimal for them, they show a 45% higher mitochondrial respiratory capacity. In simple terms, that's a massive 45% boost in your cellular energy production. That's the engine of your life running stronger. And look at the power of getting the foundation right. Just by eliminating ultra-processed foods from your diet, you can reduce your risk of early mortality by 30%. 30%! That's not some expensive, complicated therapy. That's a fundamental choice with a huge life-extending impact. What about exercise? Well, regular physical activity activates this master metabolic switch called AMPK. You can think of it as your body's built-in renewal and cleanup signal. Activating it to 2 to 5 times its normal level triggers this deep cellular cleanup and repair, essentially mimicking what powerful anti-aging drugs do, but you're doing it naturally. The data is powerful, for sure, but this is what it actually feels like in real life. This quote from a participant just perfectly shows the kind of transformation that happens when this science meets personalized action. It's about reclaiming a level of vitality you probably thought was gone for good. So, if you take just one thing away from all of this today, please let it be this. True longevity is not some commodity you can just go out and buy. It's something you earn day by day through consistent, smart, evidence-based practices that build your health from the ground up. And that leaves us with one final, and I think crucial question for you to consider. When you look at your own approach to health, ask yourself honestly, is your blueprint built on the shifting sand of fads and quick fixes, or is it built on the solid stone of foundational science?